got breaking news right now. ProPublica has confirmed the names of the 2 federal CBP agents who fired on Alex PRETTI. Here are their names. This is reported by ProPublica. The first is Jesus Ochoa. The second is Raimundo Gutierrez. Ochoa is 43 years old. Gutierrez is 35 years old. ProPublica has confirmed that records reviewed confirmed that both fired upon Alex PRETTI. Now, what's unclear, remember, is whether or not both bullets hit Alex PRETTI. That's not clear. But the CBP, DHS, and the Trump administration have refused to release their names. This is similar to what the CBP and the DHS did following the murder of Renee Good, refusing to release the ICE agent's name until another journalist and or media organization found them. And well, in this case, ProPublica did the work and confirmed that Jesus Ochoa and Raimundo Gutierrez are the 2 agents who shot Alex PRETTI. I encourage you to go on ProPublica's website, read the full report, spread the word, follow for more.
Some Hispanians are surprised that most of the ISIS are Hispanians. Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. On today's episode, we are going to be talking about the UNALIVED of Alex PRETTI by the Hispanians. Will I say Hispanians? No, I will say by the ICE. Welcome back again. If this is your first time, please don't forget to share, like, and subscribe to give me the morale to come back and give you more exciting episode of what is happening, all the gist that is happening around the world. Some Hispanians are surprised that ISIS, most of the ICE officials are actually one of them. Yeah, I was also very surprised. And watching and looking at so many videos of ICE, how they manhandle people. You know, I'm not American, so in my country, what we understand about ICE is like a government agency or something that when you are legal immigrant, they take you out, like they try to protect, but they don't hit, they don't. But man, the recent videos I've been seeing flying all around the internet, that has given me chills. That has given me another perspective of how I see them. Like how they handle and how it has given me different, man. Like one of my Nigerian brothers, he got deported and he came back home and was talking about how he was maltreated. And he said the worst part were Hispanians. That they maltreated him so much that he was almost unalived. Well, I have so many videos for us to watch. Well, anyway, let's not divert. Our topic today is about the UNALIVED of Alex PRETTI. So let's watch some videos of what people think about what happened, and then I'll come back and give you my own 2 cents, my thoughts. So please stay tuned.
So I woke up this morning and I received a message from a Latino guy who wanted to be anonymous. He didn't want me to put his name out there. But he shared a story with me about how ICE agents are penetrating their community undercover. I don't know if this is true, but I thought it's a story I should share with y'all because he shared it with me. He say ICE agents are going to work, they got their masks on, are deporting immigrants, citizens and all. Say then they are going home, dressing up to go out to kick it, cowboy hats, cowboy boots, going to these bars and these clubs where Mexicans at, and integrating with the crowd, asking questions about immigration. He say they act like they part of the group, but they trying to get information on where Mexicans and Latinos are at. So he say they goes in the party, they sing the songs, They drink the drink, they party and dance like they with the community, but they are doing research and talking to people on where to find the illegal immigrants at. He say then they get all the information that they need and they report to whoever and let them know where the Mexicans and Latinos are at. It don't matter if they illegal or they U.S. citizens because they need their numbers to be up. That's crazy that their own people would go deep undercover on some Sammy the bullshit to get information on where these illegal immigrants are housed at. These are their people. They in the club, at the bar, wherever, at gatherings with these people, like they friends with these people, but yet they using their community and where they hang out to try to get information on where immigrants are at. That's the bottom of the bottom scum for me. You can't find out where they at through the Trump administration because y'all arresting anybody. But yet, Latinos who are ICE agents are penetrating their community and you don't know who they are because they have on masks. So you can't say, I saw you on TV, you're an ICE agent. They don't know who in their community is ICE agent. He say the biggest days are Fridays and Saturdays when these people are partying. That's when they infiltrate them at these parties on Fridays and Saturdays. I don't know if this is true, but I just wanted to share y'all the message he sent to me. But that's a damn shame that the people in their community that's working for ICE is deep undercover going to their community events trying to get information on where illegal immigrants are housed. That's where we at in America when your own people don't give a damn about your own people. All you want is numbers and money. And come to find out, most of them ain't even fucking getting paid, but they turning their back on their communities for the fucking numbers. And y'all, 54% of y'all Latino men who voted for this shit, I remember y'all. Y'all the reason why Latino ICE agents are penetrating y'all damn community trying to get information. That's why they terrorizing and knowing where y'all at. According to this dude, they deep undercover. So y'all better watch our surroundings. Y'all better watch our surroundings.
So the two ICE agents who unalived Alex Pretty about a week or so ago in Minneapolis, Minnesota, outside the donut shop, names have been revealed. And isn't it ironic that they're both, I believe, are Latino? And it's like people try to do everything they could to protect these individuals' names, and the government especially. But we do know that for a long time, the government has always protected its own. But why couldn't they protect these right here? Because people wanted to, people wanted answers. People wanted to know what the hell was going on. Trying to protect these agents and their identities, man. You know what this tells me, guys? This tells me that during the ongoing investigation of Alex Pretty's untimely unaliving by those federal ICE agents, they must have found something wrong. They had to have found some evidence showing that that man was, the M word. His life was taken. Because why would they release the names of the agents? They do everything in their power to protect those ICE agents' identities, especially because of everything that happened with Renee Good and a few other people who was unalived by ICE agents right here in the U.S. But now they've released their names and their photos, which tells me that charges could be possibly brought against these two individuals, man. So I'm glad that they are releasing the names, because people need to know. You should not be covering up for these people who is out here committing heinous crimes on the streets of America, especially against our innocent people, man. Border Patrol people should be on the border, patrolling the border, not in our cities, acting like that they're police officers in uniform, because they're not police officers, man. They need to get ICE the hell out of here. Now that these men have been identified, it lets me know even more that charges is going to be brought against these two people. The American people need to see justice be served, man. So I say this is a good start in the right direction. You guys comment in the comment section and let me know what you think of this. What type of punishment should you think that these two criminals should face? Do you think that they will be convicted? And what do you, and basically, do you guys think that the government is going to pursue charges or try to sweep it under the carpet like they do everything else? Thanks for watching.
I am usually pretty jaded. I don't shy away from witnessing violence either online or in real life. I just saw an angle of the ICE murder of Alex Pretty in Minneapolis that has me absolutely shook to the core. What I just witnessed online was a death squad. A death squad of the kind that the US has trained, that are the hallmark of authoritarian regimes. This was a death squad carrying out an execution of an American on an American street in broad daylight in front of people filming them. And they knew they were being watched. I know that there are going to be people who are making excuses for this. There already are. I already see the machinations of excuses and justifications bubbling up online. Obviously, the president and his henchmen at DHS are showing them the way. They will find these arguments. They will push them. They're going to have a real hard time justifying this to people who witness this. They're going to have a real hard time. I know there's that like 10, 20, 30% of the population that's just ride or die, and they will just go along with whatever because they think somehow it's going to make their lives better, or they're not in danger themselves. But there are now death squads, literal death squads, roaming the streets of an American city. This is where we are. I don't know how they're going to justify it. I don't even know if they feel the need to justify it anymore. Real bad.
ICE had a confrontation with Alex Pretty a week before they killed him, where they broke his rib. I'm a lawyer in real life. I don't play one on television. This reporting is new, and if it is true, it changes everything, and it may affect whether the officers can claim qualified immunity in this case. Federal agents usually claim qualified immunity, not absolute immunity, but qualified immunity, which can protect them if they made a reasonable mistake in a tense situation. Immunity only works if it was truly a split-second judgment. Reports are true that ICE agents already knew who Alex Pretty was, that they had tackled him before, broken his rib, documented him, maybe even placed him in a protester database, then this was not just a stranger encounter. That could destroy the "we didn't know who we were dealing with" defense. Immunity also does not protect retaliation. You cannot use force to punish someone for protesting, for yelling, or for using their phone to record. That is protected activity. When you have leadership in this administration and within ICE saying things like, we're going to make protesters famous, they're talking about them being agitators, and they're making databases, courts are going to pay attention to that. Law is already clear. You can't use deadly force on someone who is not an immediate threat because you're trying to pay them back or because you know they're an agitator. Qualified immunity doesn't disappear for these officers, but it does get weaker if there's evidence that this was personal, that it was planned, that they knew Alex, and that they were trying to punish him. Like, share, and follow for more breakdowns, and let me know what you think in the comments.
Yes, Latinos work for ICE and terrorize their own community, and if that shocks you, it's because you haven't been paying attention. We finally have some new information regarding Alex Pretty, the man murdered by ICE in Minneapolis. Investigative reporting has finally revealed the officer's name, Jesus, who goes by Jesse, Ochoa, and Raymundo Gutierrez, both Latino agents working for Customs and Border Protection. We've seen this so many times before. Latinos for Trump, hard-line anti-immigration politics, Cuban, Venezuelan, and Mexican-American right-wing politics. People who climb the ladder and then pull it up behind them. And over half of all Border Patrol agents are Latino, and they make up a huge chunk of ICE agents as well. CBP refused to release the names for days, shielding these agents from accountability. But now the Department of Justice has opened a civil rights investigation thanks to public pressure and national outrage.
I need people to stop being surprised when ICE agents are Latino, because the question of how could Latino people turn on their own like that, you are grouping a lot of very different cultures under the umbrella of Latino. Wondering how the Cuban community in Miami could possibly have anything against the Mexican community in El Paso is sort of like wondering how the United States could ever go to war with Great Britain. Aren't they the same color and speak the same language? I know someone who almost failed Spanish in high school despite the fact that his mother is a first-generation immigrant and they spoke Spanish in the home. And the reason for this was because his mother was from Colombia. And I forget where the teacher was from, but it wasn't Colombia. And she was so mad about his Colombian pronunciation and grammar that she almost failed him out of the class. If you understand how someone who speaks Oxford English could easily be bigoted against someone who speaks African American vernacular English, even though they are both English, then you should easily be able to understand why there would be Latinos in ICE. And I can't speak on the specifics of exactly who has beef with who, because obviously I am not Latino, but as someone with a primarily white audience who is seeing way too much confusion, I have to tell you that you're giving off, they all look the same.
This is pretty sad. I watched this video. I watched and I listened to different comments about the video and how Alex Pretty was unalive, and that really gave me some chills. God. And I heard how the Hispanic community, you could hear how they were complaining and telling the world that we shouldn't be surprised that most of the ICE members are from their community. They're like some people are even saying they're like spies, like they spy on them and go back to the government. Alex, from what I saw in the video, these ICE, they knew that he was among the people that was like, he was very active. He was always like, I won't say against them, but he was always trying to fight for his people. He was always saying, you guys back off. He was always among those people that would stand on the road with placards and try to chase them away and the rest. So they knew him. So to me, anyway, I don't know. I'm not American and I don't live there, but most people are saying it was like a targeted event that took his life. People are saying, most people are also saying, are you sure this guy was unalive as a mistake or they already targeted? And other people are saying, man, weeks before this guy was unalive, some ICE officials, they attacked him and even bruised him and broke his hips. So people are saying, no, guys, this thing was planned. This unalive was planned. They are saying, no, this guy was always among those people that was trying to stand against them and say what they were doing wasn't nice. How they were handling people, how they were treating people, was bad. So people are saying he was targeted. Well, I watched a lot of the video and it really, 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 really made me sad. I don't even know what to say. It was really sad. So guys, that's the end of my today's episode. Please tell me what you think. Please drop your thoughts on the comment section. If some informations I just watched, if you think it's contrary to what your thoughts, please can you just drop for us to share together to know more information. Thank you so much guys for watching, and see you in my next video. Bye.